How to get to UAE for 8 euros. That might be my next video. Hello my friends, and greetings from Luxor in Egypt. And today I'm going to Sohag, other city, little bit down the river Nile. Ah, that was mine. Tamania. Oh no, I should have time. I have 7 minutes still. So I'm going to Sohag, another city, something like 3 hours or more drive downstream along the river Nile. And from there I'll be going to airport of Sohag, and from there I'll be flying to United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. So I have 9th coach and seat also 9, and this is 9th coach. And now let's see where is 9th seat. Here it is, at the window. Nice. Yeah, it looks like they're growing a lot of sugar cane. Just a few things in between, and again sugarcane. And that's the beautiful Nile. We're literally riding on the bank of the river Nile. Now we're crossing the river Nile, the main course of the river. And it is big. It is impressive, I like it. It has almost the same feel of the big Siberian and other Russian rivers when you cross them on the railway, except that of course it is very sunny and hot here. But it can be very sunny and hot in summer in Russia as well. But not in this time. Now it's mid-January for me, just in case if you're wondering. So we have arrived in Sohag, the city which in Cairo dialect is called Sohag, but here they call it Sohag. And also I learned from a local person whom we were chatting with in the train that Upper Egypt speaks more similar to Jordan, Syria, Lebanon and Palestine Arabic language, more similar than the Lower Egypt, Cairo and Alexandria. They say Jaid, Jiddan, Jamil, Jamal and so on, not Gaid, Giddan, Gamil and Gamal. So that's one more new thing which I learned. And let's now quickly explore a little bit of Sohag. I actually went the wrong way, it looks like there is no exit here. So let's explore a little bit of Sohag. And I will soon have to be looking where can I get a bus. But it is high probability that there will be no bus in this place to airport. So we'll see how we'll get there. Yeah, these are one of the central streets of Sohag, and this is noticeably smaller city or smaller town than Luxor, and of course we can't compare it to Cairo. And it's bigger than Wasda, but smaller than Luxor. This looks very central. Is it? It kind of is. Well, that's some amazing artwork. What do you think? How often do you see such things, my friends? And here, beautiful. I wonder, what is it? Just a decor in a central place in the city? It's not very often you see things made from real wood. Is it real wood? Yeah, it is. It sure is real wood. Amazing. You don't see these things often here. And that looks like some prayer place, but no. No, it's just some kind of park analogy where people can sit and enjoy the green grass, which is made of plastic, of course. And let's see, somewhere on the right there should be River Nile, very close to this place. Let's see if we can see it. And how does it look here? Yeah. And here in this city, taxis are painted dark blue and white. Not like other places where it was yellow and black. Yes, we did survive this crossing of the street. Sohag. That's how you look, Sohag. And these are the train tracks with a cool bus without headlights. Yeah, that's where I just came from. These train tracks, which go from Aswan through Luxor, through here, further to Asyut and Cairo. How do you like this place, my friends? It kind of reminds me of Uganda in some ways. Now, looks like we are approaching to this wonderful place. Quite a few Skodas here. They like Czech cars. I haven't seen them in other cities of Egypt. Wow, friends, look at this. Is this beautiful or what? I have full hand with tomatoes. Well, not exactly full hand. I put zoom already. Sorry, I forgot about it. I was about to be saying that because of those plentiful tomatoes, these ones, which I got for 20 cents per kilo, can you believe it? And they're fresh and they're tasty. They don't taste like plastic things like those tomatoes which you can buy in Ireland. And yeah, those tomatoes were interfering with my zooming operation. That's why I started to tell about it. What do you think about these things? Amazing. Yeah, River Nile. I like you, River Nile. Beautiful. And that's the street which I came from, and the mosque minaret which we were seeing from that side. I wonder what are they doing there. The man is definitely doing something with this stick. But I have no guess even what is it. From all I hear, I understand that it is pretty hopeless to find a bus to airport. Nobody uses this airport really. Well, that's what they tell me, but I don't know if it's true. But in any case, there seems to be no bus, only taxis. And from two local people I understood that it shouldn't cost more than 200 Egyptian pounds, which is something like €1.20. No, 200 would be 12 euros, sorry. Well, it's quite a big money actually. But yeah, we will see. Probably we have no other choice, my friends. My plane from here to United Arab Emirates cost me 8 euros, and taxi to the airport will cost me 12 euros. It can happen. We'll see, we'll see. So it seems like it worked nicely. I found the taxi. Well, there are many. You don't have to waste long time to find them, as you see. They're finding you all the time. It's difficult to get rid of them when you don't want them. I knew already how to say in Arabic airport. So I said airport and I asked, is it possible? And then I showed on my calculator screen 150, because I knew it should be 200. I showed 150 Egyptian money, and I said in Arabic Egyptian pound, and showed that number. He wasn't happy and he wrote reply 200, to which I agreed, and we are going now. So it seems to be working nicely, and I should be there on time. The man won't have enough petrol for getting to airport, so he will take more benzene, as they say. It's amazing how many languages have the same benzene. I have heard quite a few. But in English it's petrol, or American English is gas. Gate جدا. And it's interesting where and how they fill it. Is it actually maybe a natural gas? Yeah, it seems that there is a pressure. We need also more water, not just more petrol. But we are already like 1/4 way towards the airport. And that's where he gets the water from. I think it's for drinking. But of course, if it's good for drinking, it's good for car as well. So, this is Sohag International Airport. Although I'm not quite understand, you see all the big amount of people there, but here it's like dead. But it's written it's here, so I'll try to get in here and see what happens. Well, that was some experience, my friends. I can now say it all from this side, from the air side. Uh, when I got past everything already, and it should be all good and smooth from now. But that was some experience. They're so different. They're so problem causing and helpful at the same time. And then they are so strict and controlling and disorganized and allowing at the same time. This is something amazing. So, the first thing, they asked for COVID test, which I didn't have at that moment yet in my phone because I didn't have the internet yet, and I was waiting for the test to arrive because I made it in the last possible moment to get it ready for this flight, because I want to use the same flight for my next destination from Abu Dhabi to Muscat in Oman, and they allow 72 hours, so I should be able to use the same test after 2 days. So I didn't have that test yet, but I should have it in my email, and I told this to the man. He said they have Wi-Fi, they can give the Wi-Fi, I can use the airport's Wi-Fi. There was a whole heap of difficulties for connecting to it, but we did it. So that's why it's always good that you arrive on time. And these guys are second security line. When you get past first security, this is the second one. After the passport control, I don't see any reason for that. I don't understand, because you have already been checked once, then you are checking in, you're getting your passport controlled, and then you have another security. Anyway, and then it was security, which was something properly crazy. They were, on one hand, very strict. They were checking everything. They checked my every pocket, my every small thing. They were asking 1,000 questions about each of those things. But at the same time, they were friendly, and we were having a nice banter and chat at the same time, but they were controlling everything. And then they found few things which they say I'm not allowed to take. My scissors, which is kind of half understandable, although they are short scissors, but still. My shaver, which is a little bit ridiculous already. Then they didn't like my C vitamin. They were testing it with all kinds of funny tests to see what it is, and on every step they ask passport for no reason, but it's their way to say hello. It's asking passport. So the passport was with somebody. They were checking my sausage bag, checking my pocket belt, and everything was everywhere. And at the same time there were other people coming and going. It was risky in that way, because somebody could drop something in my things and nobody would notice. But nothing bad happened. Then at the end they also said I'm not allowed to take with me. There was one more thing I forgot. What was it? Something else. And then my Stanley knife without a blade. And I said, okay, blade is a problem, but why is a Stanley knife problem without a blade? Well, I hide my blades in a place where they don't, well, nobody has ever found them, and probably never will. I have crossed many borders and nobody ever finds them. So I hide my blades there. So I just used the Stanley knife without the blade. What's the problem with that? And they said, no, it's illegal as well. And after all that discussion and all things, they are coming and going, many people, they're checking other people, and they leave me with the heap of the things on the table, and they basically leave me. And I packed everything back, including Stanley knife and shaver, which I thought is a little bit ridiculous to take off me. And I did leave scissors and one other thing. What was it? Forgot already. Which I thought, well, that's maybe reasonable to confiscate me of that thing. So I left that. But I was myself making that decision. They were not noticing even what's going on in that whole disarray of things. And I forgot about my C vitamins, and then somebody found me in the middle of airport and gave me back my C vitamin. Well, that was least of my troubles or worries. So then check-in was funny. I was checked in online, but then they asked some other things to be checked there, and nobody knows what is where. But again, on one hand, it's a crazy disarray and disorder because nobody knows what's where, and there's nothing written, and they speak very little English, even here in airport. Some of them speak kind of normal English, but most difficult. And yeah, we were jumping around on one place and another place, but it's very difficult to get angry with them because they're so friendly, they're so helpful. One person was literally escorting me through all the windows, another, back to this. Then he even filled the immigration form for me, but then it turned out that he filled it wrong. He wrote my country where it should be my name and so on. Because it was difficult for him to understand my English language passport. And all of these kind of funny things happened. But they were so helpful. He was helping me out, he was showing me where to go, he was doing many things and what I should be doing and helping out and talking with everybody in Arabic so it gets quicker. And it worked. And after we finished all that, we had another security. And they started everything from the beginning with security. They again asked all the questions about my raincoat, which is like an aluminum foil looking thing in my sausage bag, so it looks suspicious because they don't see through it. And they asked about that and asked about other things, but then I'm learning, like usually these guys make you feel like you're in trouble and you become soft, and then they are getting upper hand. But I'm kind of slowly learning how to get these guys feel uneasy instead of me feeling uneasy. And here it worked quite nicely. They were about to check everything from the beginning second time on the security, but then I was making situation in such a way that they felt a little bit uneasy. And then instead of unpacking again everything, he just said to put me the thing second time in the scanner. Of course, he didn't see anything more than the first time he saw. But at that time he was also busy chatting with somebody else, and some other people came and blah blah, and I, as if nothing happened, just took my bags and slowly walked away in such a pace that I was kind of standing there a little bit, getting my things in order to see if they would catch me, but they didn't, and they just walked away, and it was all good. So, a big disarray, a big chaos, made by helpful people, friendly, helpful people. Especially they got very friendly when I talked some Arabic with them. They were really impressed by that each time. And at the same time, these friendly people have to make a view that they are making very serious security checks and everything is in very high level and very strict. So that's kind of my feeling about the whole thing. So, an interesting experience, unusual. My recommendation, out of this. Come in a very timely manner. Have a lot of time. These things can get extremely stressful if you don't have time. But if you have time, it's good. Yeah, and also I forgot to tell you that even they remembered about such a thing as a COVID mask when I was 2/3 of the whole process through it. And even here you can see not everybody uses the mask and not everybody is caring too much about it. So it's an interesting combination of things. But as it is so disorganized, I think I'll better ask this guy. I found somebody. If I'm not waiting while everybody is gone already, let me check, just to double check that it's all good. Otherwise, you know, I'll be waiting, and these people are waiting for some other airplane because there is no signs or no tableaus or anything. Afwan, Abu Dhabi here? Abu Dhabi. Second at Ithnan. Okay, okay, thank you. Shukran, thank you. Seems to be that everything is good. Yeah, they don't write things. They only announce it, and not even on the loudspeakers, but just with voice. Somebody yells something, and only in Arabic, no English. So it's always good to double check things. I'll probably ask second time when I go out if it's the right plane. You don't want to board in the wrong plane and end up in some place where you don't have visa and you need whatever COVID restriction, quarantine, who knows what. But all good. Otherwise all good. So, it turned out that this line is indeed for Jeddah, not for Abu Dhabi. So, it's good. It's good to know that it's not the right thing. I have to wait. And it is strange because the plane, it says that the boarding finishes 25 minutes ago and it leaves in 5 minutes at 5 o'clock, and now it's 5 to 5.
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi.
Shukran. Okay, this should be the right place. That is Jeddah. And somebody came to me and said that Abu Dhabi is here. And it turns out to be the case, yeah. The plane should be leaving in 3 minutes or so. It probably won't. But at least we are in the right place, which is very good. It wasn't without fun even at the last moment. I was waiting in that line where that man told me to wait, and then somebody announced something on Arabic which I didn't get. That's the Sphinx. And I went there just to double check maybe that's the right place. And they said it's okay, all good. So I double checked also. I asked for again one time, is it Abu Dhabi? They said yes. So should be all good, although it was a lot of chaos and confusion in the meantime. It seems to be we are going in the right direction. We were waiting for a very long time. Shukran. We were waiting here for a very long time until these guys were running around. Shukran. We were waiting a very long time until these guys were running around very nervously with all kinds of documents, checking each other, all kinds of checks with documents, with security, checking if they each other literally. And until after a long time, one man came out of the plane and said it's okay. Yeah, and the wizard with air staff are definitely not from these countries. So some Europeans, which were also a little bit scared looking. Well, not exactly scared, but obviously something wasn't going to plan. But after a good long wait, until the guys were running around nervously checking 100 things, we are finally allowed to board, which is nice and good news. We'll see how much delayed we'll be. I had forgotten already how it is to sit in these cheap airline seats where you don't have any space for your legs. I haven't been flying for 2 months now, so I forgot already how it is. You know what? It is so strange to see something that clean. Everything is clean, 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 clean. I haven't seen such cleanness anywhere for 2 months, I think. And European faces walking around and speaking in pretty much clear English. So it is quite unusual what happens. I have forgotten already how it is. In Europe everything is this clean. Well, it is very new airplane, but it's kind of nothing too special. Here I was already used to having dust everywhere and dirt everywhere. Even myself, you see, I'm full with clay dust and dirt. And here everything is clean like in a hospital. Well, friends, good news. We are starting to move. And it is 40 minutes behind schedule. And with all this chaos which was going on, it's actually very quick. 40 minutes only late. So friends, we were already scheduled to be very late in Abu Dhabi. We'll be probably even later. But I don't care too much because I will be sleeping in the airport. It's too late to be traveling somewhere, and it's too expensive to get a hotel in Abu Dhabi. So I'll be sleeping first night in the airport and second night in hotel. So friends, this was Sohag. This was Egypt for now, and I really hope to come back one day in Egypt. I liked the country, really liked. There was a lot of interesting, all kinds of things unusual. Some things were annoying, but most things were just brilliantly, wonderfully interesting and amazing. So friends, I definitely recommend Egypt. Come here, enjoy the cheap prices, good climate, friendly people, beautiful historical sites, cheap hot air balloon rides for 35 euros, and so on. So much to enjoy here. And what a beautiful sunset as well. Well, it doesn't show as beautiful actually on the phone, but you have to believe me on that. Okay friends, all the best for you, and see you in Abu Dhabi in United Arab Emirates.